Hi everyone, my name is Sukanya and this is a video about how I created my graphic novel series called the Tridevi series. This is the first book in the series Durga. Then we have Saraswati's gift and Lakshmi. Lakshmi's light is the third one. So we are anticipating a release later this year or maybe early next year. And so I thought of putting together a YouTube video because I received a lot of questions. So I thought, why not um, answer them all together in a video, maybe that would add some value to some of you. So, first things first, I wanted to give you a clarity about things that I know versus things that I know a little bit about, but it's better that you also look up other sources. So, the inspiration behind the series is something which I'm going to start with, and then we'll talk about brainstorming and concept development. So, these are things which are common to writing any book series or maybe a standalone book too. So, in case if you are finding it difficult to brainstorm and develop a concept, then you can listen to me. Then we have the research process that I followed for developing these books, and then character development, plotting and outlining methods, then my writing process, and revising the drafts and collaborating with illustrators and editors, my publishing journey and challenges. So one of the things that I want to give you clarity on is the fact that uh, I am not a traditional illustrator. As such, I don't sketch and paint and do those beautiful things that there are a lot of people in the team, my publishing house, as well as many other illustrators and children's books publishers. They have a lot of good illustrators on board. Same for graphic novel publishers. So these are things that I didn't do myself. However, um, I am starting to learn these, and I have learned quite a bit and illustrated quite a bit for a couple of my upcoming projects. But as of now, I do not have a huge portfolio of illustrations. So if you are looking for that kind of advice, that how to illustrate and create, I could do a video about that. I'm learning it, and all what I'm learning is pretty much digital, and I it's not like I do not know how to um, create anything with my own hands. I can do gel prints and little bit of crochet here and there. Okay, and a little bit of sketching, but I'm not so confident to put out videos regarding those. So if that's what you're looking for, then this is not the right video. If you're looking for how to write and um, get a draft ready for your comic or for your graphic novel, then maybe I could help you a little bit with the little bit that I learned through my journey. It's a never-ending process, and I'm still learning. So don't if there's something that you think I'll get help from, please do let me know in the comments, and I would love to look it up. So the first thing is my inspiration behind the series. So it all started with this book. This is the first one, and we started with this book during the Durga Puja. If you are not based out of India and you're watching this uh, video, it's a huge, huge, huge festival for um, people based out of India, and more so for people based out of my state, West Bengal. So it's the celebration of good over evil in a way. And the story that I've heard during Mahalaya every year, like when I was a child, it's a ritual that we wake up early on that particular day and we listen to stories of how Goddess Durga, uh, you know, was the only one who could finally handle this Mahishasura, who was almost, you know, trying to destroy this world and creating a Raksak. So it's from there that it all started. Uh, and I thought that this would be a one-time thing. I would do this and it would be great. And after that, we'd maybe move on to the next book. And it could, or it uh, could be a graphic thing, or we could do something else, is what I thought. But then the kind of, I don't know if I'll put a picture or something here. I'll try editing the video if that is a possibility in YouTube app or something. And I'll see if I can put a picture or something. So we got a huge response for the book, and I didn't want to, ruin that. And I wanted to utilize that. Why waste it? So we um, I brainstormed what are the possibilities. Should it be like Durga Part 2 or Saraswati or Lakshmi, or what should it be? Should it be Shiva? At one point of time, I was definitely considering Shiva as the next part. But then I came across this concept of three Devis, and uh, I think it was around the time of Saraswati Puja. So something clicked, and I realized that it's three Devis that I want to consider working on. So the first one was Durga, the second is Saraswati, and the third will be Lakshmi. Now, so regarding my research process and the methodology, I think it was more impromptu, but usually what I do is for my research of like the kind of fiction that I want to create, what I do is I first come up with a topic, and that is something I don't research too much. If I like something, then I stick to that idea and I enrich it with my research. But it's not like I will research what the market wants or what will do well, and then I'll, consider working on it. While being a management scholar, I would appreciate somebody doing that. And if you're thinking of taking that route, kudos to you. You are, I mean, walking on the right path. But being a creative, it's also very important for me to listen to my heart. And so I do that. And here I just wanted to, dwindle into children's literature. The first time when I received an award for one of my children's short stories at the National Children's Literature Festival of India, which was, it's a festival led by Mr. Ruskin Bond. He's an amazing author, and I so look up to him. So it's then that I decided, okay, now this is something I'm going to take seriously from now on. So I'll write more of children's literature, and so here I am. So that is how it all started. Regarding the research, what I do is whatever it is that I'm going to write about, I'll first Google search that, find whatever the first page or the second page has to say. And from there, I'll go to the links within those articles and do a deep search there. And since this is not an academic sort of a thing, I won't say I look at research papers, but I mean, yeah, if you're a non-fiction writer or something, I don't even know why I am mentioning that. Maybe it's because I'm a PhD scholar and I just can't uh, not mention research. But anyways, getting back to the video. Uh, so I that's the kind of research. So it's not a very I didn't start with the research. I think it was more like to and fro. So I knew this is what I want to do. Then I went and I searched up things, did a deep study of it, understood what I want to do better, got that clarity, and then got back to my creative process. So for the character development, I think the publishing team, they asked me for a very detailed, fleshed out character description of each of my characters for all of my graphic novels. And so I did that. So what I did is, for each of these, I gave them the descriptions of the protagonists as well as the um, other characters in the story. And in certain cases, I have also animated the inanimate. So I had to take care of a character development for those as well. That is very, very interesting. And if you want, I could talk more about that in a separate video. So just let me know what I should be talking about in my next video. But until then, mm, talking about our plot outlining and the structuring. So honestly, I'd say for Durga, I started pantsing. I was not quite plotting because it was like coming from a place of nostalgia and emotions. So it was more of me pantsing through the process and not plotting exactly. For Saraswati's gift, it was more of plotting because I received some feedback from my readers for the first book. So for the second one, I sort of wanted to integrate that into my writing, into the plot and the characters. So it was more of plotting for the second book. So it um I think plotting is a part of the research. It's like you plot a little, you go back to your research, even if you're pantsing. Once you're done pantsing, I think for both of these books, the difference was in case of Durga, I pantsed out the entire thing and then I went back, did my research, came back again, did some revision. In this case, for the Saraswati's gift, what I did is I plotted a little and then did my research for whatever was missing and then again came back and plotted the entire thing and it was whole. So for pantsing, it's like you pants the entire story how you like and then you revise. For plotting is it's like you do your research. It actually begins more with the research because like in my case, listening to my reviewers, reading through what they had posted all over socials as well as online bookstores. So I read through all of that. I took into consideration what it is that they want me to do differently in the next book, and I integrated that into the second. Um, Now, uh, collaborating with my publishing house and the publishing journey. So one thing which you can do is you can, if you are an illustrator, of course, you can illustrate it on your own. Uh, one of the things that you should keep in mind is it can happen both ways. You could either start by illustrating and then you build a story around it. It can very much happen. I'm telling you this it's because there's one that I'm developing like that, where I have illustrated a couple of images with the characters that I've developed and the characters doing a couple of things and then me making a story out of it while I, enrich the scenes and decorate the scenes even more. Whereas in case of this particular series, what I did is I went ahead with my script and I um, had very little to do with the graphics that you see. So it was mostly done by the publishing house. And the other thing you can do if you don't want to work with a publishing house or if you don't have a publisher, you can hire an illustrator and you can get the illustrations done. What I definitely don't suggest, even though it's more cost effective, is getting you know, the like images from uh, somewhere, like generated through a tool or some means digitally, and then embedding them into your files and uploading them and self-publishing. That is not something I would recommend, because while that might seem cost effective, in a graphic novel, what is the aim? The basic aim is you want to immerse the reader in an experience which is um, authentic and feels like it's a escape from the reality. It's an escape. So if we are to give that feeling to the reader, it's very important that the book is published well. And published well, I'm not saying that if you are self-publishing it, you are not publishing well. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, whether you're self-publishing or traditionally publishing it, doesn't really matter, as long as the print looks great. In this case, you really can't immerse them in any other way. It's not like you can make it immersive in terms of making it an AR or VR immersive film or something. So the only thing you can do with a graphic novel is the text and the print and the alignment, syncing of the images with the text, and the characters being consistent throughout your novel. These are things that you want to take care of. So that's what I mean by um, publishing a graphic novel really well. So if you can do all of that, whether you do it on your own or you take a help, you take you know, you get a publisher or you hire somebody, it's up to you. As long as you are doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing in order to give a good reading experience to your readers. This is all what I mean to say when I say publish it well. So that is it about this video. And I hope I didn't rant too much. So thank you. Let's catch up again on another video.